Hello, here's the question number second from JEE Advanced 2020, paper 1. It's a very good question, and you need to understand how its explanation goes. So let's begin. It says a light disk made of aluminium, which is basically conductor, and this is non-magnetic material, is kept horizontally and it is free to rotate about the axis as shown in this figure. So this is axis. It could rotate if requirement is there. Further, it says a strong magnet is held vertically at a point above the disk, away from the disk, away from this axis of the disk. So it is placed over here, as shown in the figure. On revolving the magnet about the axis of the disk, so you want to revolve this magnet about this axis, either clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending upon your choice. The disk what happens to the disk? Options are whether it rotates, if rotates, in which direction, if not rotates, and then what happens to the temperature as well. So let's consider the top view of it. So this is the top view, and let's say initially bar magnet was placed at this location, and I have moved this bar magnet from one location to two location. That means I want this bar magnet to move like this. So if it is seen from the top, it is being rotated in this sense, which is anti-clockwise sense. So I'm assuming that the bar magnet is being rotated anti-clockwise sense. So this is what is being assumed. Now we will see what happens to the disk, whether it rotates or not, if it rotates in what sense. Now when this bar magnet moves from location A to location B, then you'll find there will be redistribution of field lines passing through this disk. Now you'll find at this location where this location is, this bar magnet is located, field lines will be going like this inside. Then will be passing through and coming outside from various places. But you will find that the field lines are more denser just below this. When this bar magnet shifts from one location to two location, then you'll find the field line density will decrease at location 1 and field line density will increase at location 2. Let's say these two locations are very close by. Then the density of field lines will be increasing at 2 and field line will be inside. Density of field lines will be decreasing at 1. Field lines are inside. Now we know since the field lines population is changing, that means flux is changing, then there has to be induced electric field coming in, and that induced electric field will be applying forces on the free electrons, because this aluminum material has a free electrons. So you'll find that these free electrons will move and induced current will be created. So induced current will be created close to the first position, and this induced current as per the Lenz's law will be opposed the very cause which has created it. So cause was that these field lines or field density at this location was decreasing, so it will oppose that decrease. Hence induced current will be such that the magnetic field will go inside. Hence, as per the Lenz's law, current must be flowing this way. That means clockwise. So I have shown one circular current carrying loop, you can say current carrying path or current path basically. There will be several current paths because this is a conductor, so everywhere is electrons are available, so they will start revolving in circular path so that the current is coming in nutshell, you can say in this sense. What happens at the location 2? Look, since at location 2 the flux is increasing, so Lenz's law will say the flux has to be opposed. Flux was going inside, so induced current will be coming in anti-clockwise sense. Here again, there will be several localized loops which will have a currents. These currents we call them as eddy currents. At least we can say there are current carrying paths on the first, which is taking the current in. If it is looked from the top view, these currents are in the clockwise sense, whereas these currents are in anti-clockwise sense. Now, if we see the same situation in a very different way, that means if we put our eye over here and see the side view. So how the side view is going to look like? So disk is going to be look like this, and bar magnet is this, and this was the first position where it was. Now it is has shifted to the second position, or going to be shifted to the second position. So transition I'm looking at. Now at this first position, we have talked about the field lines are going to these induced current will be clockwise. So these clockwise currents, they are basically kind of magnet in themselves. And if you look from the side, then you'll find these this current will have its north downwards and its south upwards. So this dipole current carrying loop that were there, or current carrying paths that were there, they will be behaving like a bar magnet. And that first bar magnet from the side view look like this. That means its north will be downside and its south will be upside. Why? Because if you use the right hand rules, then it will say the thumb will go inside and the direction of magnet is north direction is toward the thumb. So this is downwards and this is upward. What happens at the location 2? At this location, it's just reverse of it. So its north pole will be upside, south pole will be downside. So north pole is upside, south pole is downside. And this is the strong magnet that we had. And when this magnet is going from 1 to 2, these kind of magnets can be imagined due to the localized currents that have been developed on this disk. If you are getting this, then we are very close to the conclusion. Now we know not only these two magnets are going to be there. In fact, you'll find there will be several magnets will be created, because there will be several currents that will be developed, because the flux is changing almost at all locations, localized flux. But we know these are the two closest loops that we are thinking about, and their influence is going to be max. So that means their influence is going to be deciding factor. So that's why we are considering only these two. Now you'll find north of the bar magnet that we had and the south of the first position, they will be attracting each other. And north of the magnet and the north of the second induced magnet will be repelling each other. And our focus is on the disk. So I have shown the force acting on the disk at the location 1 and force acting on the disk at the location 2 of these. Now in the location 1, the south will be attracted by the north of the magnet, and at the location 2, north of this will be repelled by the north of the magnet. So ultimately these two arrows will be indicating kind of forces that are going to be there. Now you'll find these forces can be made component 1 in this horizontal direction, 1 in this vertical direction. Similarly, this will have a horizontal component, another will be vertical component. Now these vertical components will not have any influence, like they are applying force in this direction. So these force cannot rotate the disk, and the disk is fixed, it cannot move, it can rotate only, right? So these vertical forces will have no role to play. However, we are having horizontal forces or forces parallel to the disk itself. So these component which is coming in this way, this component will be rotating or providing the torque. So if you look this picture, you will find this kind of forces are coming to rotate it. So this picture says the forces that we have identified will try to rotate the disk or will give the torque about this axis in this sense. Hence, if you look from the top view, then you'll find the disk will also rotate in this manner. So the forces that came was this tangential force, this was also tangential force, and these forces on the disk will rotate, provide a torque about this, and this disk will start rotating. Ultimately, it is found that the rotation of the disk was same as the rotation that we started with for the bar. So the bar is moving in anti-clockwise sense from the top view, disk is also moving in the same direction. Hence, we can claim that the disk is going to rotate, and it is going to rotate in the same direction in which the bar magnet or the magnet that was provided is being rotated. Hence, B option matches perfectly, and we will answer it. C and D option will not be correct because it says this disk will not rotate. And if we have to talk about the temperature aspect, then we can think of at different locations this induced electric field is causing electrons to move, then heat is being generated, then its temperature will rise slowly. But in this option, which is correct for rotation, we do not require to talk about the temperature, but that is additional point. So final answer becomes B. That's correct. I hope you got it. Thank you.